Okay, hello there. Welcome to Thrift Sell Thrift number 48. This is a quick overview of what I pulled on this thrift trip. I'm just gonna show you. There's only a few things here. Um, there's one other thing on the table over there. There's only a few things here, but this video is to show that even when it's bad as a reseller, it's good. There's a few interesting things, there's a few good things worth money, and then there's a few things that are very useful for around the house. So coming up, I'll show you a few sales, and then out of this stuff here, I'm just going to show you the money. You can see shelves and stuff like that. All right, see you on the other side. All right, let's keep this rolling. First thing I'm going to show you are some solds this week. I got 5 or 6 of them here, I think. About 5, 6, one are the same. Anyways, let's get right into them. This week is going pretty good. I don't remember if I said it in other videos, I shifted to trying to do 30 listings a day. It is a lot, but I am, for the most part, getting it. Yesterday I only did 15, 16. But pretty much been keeping up with it. It's been going really good. Sales are up. It's hard to know if sales are up because of my listings. I imagine they are to a certain degree, but it is also the fourth quarter, and sales are usually better in the fourth quarter. Anyways, here's some things that sold this week. This first thing is a good thing to look out for. I don't know how much it is on certain people's radar. They are on certain people's radars. Paint by numbers. Paint by numbers, vintage paint by numbers can be really good. This one here, cows in a farm field or whatever, sold for 45 bucks, and you pay for it along with weight. The little cardboard that they painted on back then doesn't weigh a lot, so it's probably a couple bucks into 45 bucks, which is always good in my opinion. This next one is another good thing to look out for. Manuals for working on cars, working on, this one is in particular is old machinery, not machinery, but the big trucks and stuff like that. Cummins. This is a Cummins manual, 1980, sold for $30. I paid, it's paperbacks are $1.69, I think, if I remember right. And so I paid $1.69 plus tax, call it $2, less, call it $2 into 30. Again, good every single time. These next two are part of the vintage movie promo t-shirts piles that I have now. It's the Fisher King, sold for 25 bucks, and the Brandon Lee movie, I forget, Rapid Fire maybe, sold for $20. So those are two good sales. Those guys I paid up a little bit. I'm into each of them for $7. Still not bad. $7 into 25 and $7 into 20 after fees and taxes and all that. I'm doubling my money easily on those. It's not as exciting as some of the others, but still, doubling your money is always good. This next one is a good category to look out for. I met somebody in the thrift briefly. He gave me a couple things that he wasn't going to buy because he said he only buys hats. This next one is a hat. Hats are great to look out for. I bought one hat yesterday. I paid 50 cents for it. It looks like I'm going to get at least 50 bucks for it. So this particular hat I probably paid 50 cents for. It's a Mountain Hardwear beanie, and it sold for $21.99. So again, just an insane margin on what you spend to what you make off of it. So hats are really good to look out for. And then this last sold from this week was a just super nonchalant sort of morning for me. I didn't get a lot of things. I grabbed a few things, but this particular one, the bright colors jumped out at me. And then when I picked it up, the quality of it felt really good. And I just kind of, touched and feeled and everything around it, and just realized this is a really well-made plush, and it's very unique. It's Dino Gnar from Riot Games. It sold for 75 bucks, and it's a little bit heavier because as plushes go, not heavy still though. And so I'm gonna call it $5. I don't think I paid $5 for it, but I'm gonna call it $5. And it sold for, did I say yet? $75. So very, very good things in that first little bit there to be on the lookout for if they weren't already on your radar. But also in terms of profit margin, very good items. And those particular categories, there's bunches of different things in those categories. I mean, hats, plushes, manuals, even paint by numbers. There's a lot of different ones, and they're almost all worth the more than $2 that you're going to pay for them. Some are 10, some are 15, but a lot of them are 25, 35, 45, like this one. And then obviously t-shirts or whatever. But yeah, so that's what sold this week. And now I'll get to the haul that I kind of previewed a little bit. It's a haul where half of it is probably good stuff to use around the house. And then the other half is how I get those things to use around the house for free, because I then make my money back and I make some profit. So I'll show you what the things that I'm gonna make money on out of the pile that I showed you. Okay, so I got it all spread around me, the good stuff in that pile. There was one thing that wasn't in that pile. I forgot about it. It was on the kitchen counter getting tested, and it is probably, out of the pile, the most expensive thing in terms of what I should make the most potential profit. Someone just walked up in the thrift and handed me this. I don't know that I ever caught his name before. I've talked to him a couple of times, but if he ever sees this, thank you very much. I tested it, it works. No remote, so I ordered the remote for it. 20 bucks I'm gonna spend. This was all part of the weight process. Or no, this guy, I did separate electric. It's pretty heavy. I probably paid $7 for it, is my guess. It could be less, but so let's call it 30 with the ordering of the remote. The remote was free shipping, so 20 bucks. Call it 30 is what I'll probably spend on it. It should sell. There are low sales of 150 and there are high sales of over $300. So I think it kind of depends on how many there are at the time that you list it, and who has the better looking pictures and listing and all that sort of stuff. Whether or not it comes with a remote is something I did notice, so I ordered the remote. So the remote will come, I'll double check it, test it better, and then it looks like it should be, I'm gonna say, 200 bucks. So let's start the counter off with $200 right there. Well, we'll take away the 50 that we spent. Actually, we got to take away the remote too, so we'll take away the 70 that we spent, and we'll only put up the 130 profit. This is where we'll be in the profit, $130 now. So as you can see, with that first item, the whole of everything should be paid for. I get those shelves for free. I get the storage drawers for free. I get a few toys for my kids for free, their book for free. I got a hat over there, like these little knit cap that's over there. I get that for free. That's how I figure in all this stuff, is the fact that I get some things for around the house, and I get all this other stuff to sell, and so I'll be in the profit, and I get to have all those other things for free, technically. And that's what I mean by the title, really, is even when it's bad, it's good. Not that this is bad. This is not going to be a bad haul video. I just kind of was like messing around with, this isn't the typical, all the stuff that I found is sell, profit. Some of it is for around the house, and that's good to get the things that I'm going to need for around the house for free, really. So everything here is already in the profit, I guess you could say, with that first sale. So everything's paid for, basically. But a couple of these other things will again pay for everything. So whichever one sells first will be the one that pays for everything. Everything else is kind of just profit on top of that. I'll just show you a couple of these things really quick. This is a Victoria's Secret tote, black one. I think I looked some of them up. Certain ones sell for above $30. I'd be happy to get $15, $20 for this one. Let's see, just there. This is a hair dryer that's brand new in the box. Opened it up, looked at everything. It hasn't been opened. Everything's in the plastic and everything still. I saw solds for $25. I want to say I'd be happy again. 15, 20 bucks. This is a jacket, a Rivers West camo pullover jacket. I think it's a 2XL. Nope, just an XL. And again, they don't sell for a lot. I think I saw sold for $35 or $45. Again, I'll be happy with $15, $20. Because it all just, it all starts to add up, and at those sorts of prices, you can get stuff out of your store quick. This is a vintage Levi's Sherpa-lined denim jacket, but it is thrashed. And I think to the right person that likes that sort of look, it's a 20, maybe more, let's call it. So that one's kind of one that might sit around for a little while until it does, the right person does run across it. I have not researched those jackets. I just know it's vintage, and so I grabbed it. I don't know, maybe that particular one, no one likes thrashed. And if that's the case, then I don't get any money back for that one, which sometimes that happens. The opposite of that is there's somebody out there that loves it thrashed and will scoop it up really quick. I don't know. This is a Wolverine Sherpa-lined hooded jacket. I believe it's a large. I actually tried this on. I kind of like the way it fits. If I don't sell it, I might wear it, but it's kind of got that like Carhartt chore jacket look, and that look is really popular right now. Someone that wants that look and wants it at an affordable price might pay. I saw solds of $45 on that one, so I'll probably list mine for like $29.99. Be happy with 20 or more. Again, 20, 40, 60, 80. We're starting to rack up profit. This was a neat one. This might be hard to show, but I saw that box and I just thought, oh, that's old, The little top is kind of broken off of the box itself, but the fire extinguisher is actually still wrapped in the plastic, still new. So that's the kind of thing that the sales that there are out there, if I remember right, were $25, $35 for just the fire extinguisher, not brand new. I also saw things that said they were like maybe something that came in Indian motorcycles or something like that, in like a little toolkit or something. I didn't research it really good. I just knew that box looked so cool that box is what's going to sell it, because the ones that have the box and or are sealed go for more. So I'm probably going to put maybe 45, 55 on mine. And that's, again, another thing that potentially pays for everything. If not, $20, $30, still it becomes part of the like little add it all up sort of profit thing. These guys are always good to find. Monster High dolls. I buy them even when they're missing parts, because you can sell a couple of them, 2, 3, 4 of them, the more the better. But you can sell them for, generally speaking, $10 each. Especially if they're the right dolls. But if you sell them in a lot of times, I think the last lot that I sold, I don't really remember, but I did sell, I think I sold 12 of them for I took an offer for like $75 or something, if I remember right. So you just grab them in the mix of everything else. Next thing you know, you got 12 of them. You put them up and you make $75. Otherwise, you know, I think if it's the right doll, well, I don't know. That's good. They whether they're parts dolls or the right doll, the really special one that goes for more, they're still good to pick up. And that's the whole point of these videos, really. This is another thing that's good to pick up. If you see it, the brand is Ariat jeans. Almost, if they're whole, they're good. They're a good $20 bill every time. You want to check and make sure there's no holes in them, not too much wear. I went to list one the other day. There was too much wear in the crotch. But yeah, if they're whole and there's not too much wear, they are usually at least a $20 bill and sometimes better. This is new. I don't know how this will go. I thought I would just try it out, but it's women's built shorts. It looks like, and they're kind of like a linen. It just looks like a cute little short that somebody might like. I found two of them right next to each other, so I thought I would look them up. And it looks like they're good for $10 each. I'll list both of these together. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'd be happy to get $10 for them, but I'll list them for $19.99 each. It looks like, and I'll be happy to get, you know, hopefully another 20 bucks out of those items. And then this I grab out of season right now. It's cold, but these are shorts, little cargo shorts, Wrangler Rigs type cargo shorts. And again, I'll be happy to get 10 bucks out of these. Sometimes these will end up at the thrift and I might only get 5, but it all adds up and it's all profit. They might still be around, and I am making listings in the summertime, and I might list it for 20 and get 15 or $10, who knows. It's all part of what's good to have in the pile when you're leaving the thrift, because eventually it will all turn into money. And then this last item, let's see, is that everything? Yeah, this last item, hard to believe I found 2 pairs of Danner Super Rainforests in less than a week. The other ones were in the last video. They sold, I can't remember what they sold for, I think maybe 75. But anyways, it's in the last video. I think it's in the last video as a sold. But that was a size 13. I guess maybe because it was a bigger size, it was a little more rare than a common size, because I looked these up, and those last ones I had listed for higher than 75, I think, and I took an offer for lower than what I had them listed for. These guys, I might start these at 75 because they're a smaller size, 11 and a half, and it seems like potentially 11 and a half is more common. So since it's more common, there's more of them listed maybe, and maybe because of that they are listed for lesser, so that because the competition drives the price down maybe. I don't know. If I didn't spend tons of time looking into them, but I did look into them enough to think that maybe that's the case. But with Danner boots, I mean, if they're in good shape, decent shape, these are in decent shape. They do need to be cleaned, but they're a solid boot. They're in decent shape. It doesn't hurt to start high with them. It does not hurt. So depending on, again, how my listing looks compared to others, what my price is compared to others, these guys should sell for pretty decent money. And I would guess that it's more than everything I paid for everything. So that's 3 different items: the Bose stereo, the fire extinguisher, and the boots themselves, that have the potential to pay for everything, and then everything else is profit. And by this point, I should have it added up on the counter there. I don't know what that's going to say right now while I'm filming this. I find that out in editing, but I think it's probably pretty good. So again, even when it's bad, it looks like, you know, I got shelves and stuff in the mix or whatever for my weight. Even when it's bad, it's good. Being a reseller is so beneficial in so many ways, and that's what I'm trying to describe in my videos. Very beneficial for me in that it's been my full-time job for 8 years. I have gotten pretty decent at it in that I can go to the thrift and find money most of the time. So that's really, truly a blessing. And yeah, that's the video for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Again, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.